and stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There's no sickness, no toil, no danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother, going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan, I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will hover on me, I know my pathway is rough and steep, but golden fields lie just before me, where weary eyes no more will weep. I'm going there to see my father, I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan, I'm just going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial, this form shall rest beneath the sun. I'll drop my cross of self-denial and enter in that home with God. I'm going there to see my Savior, going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan, I'm just going over home. I'm just going over Jordan, I'm just going over home.
On Breathing by Alicia Jo Rabins. I'm okay during the day, but at night I get scared, which makes it hard to breathe, which is a symptom of the pandemic, which is what scares me. Well played, anxiety, my old friend. You've always warned me something like this might happen. You're a gift from my ancestors who survived plagues and worse. They wove you into my DNA to warn me, so that I too might survive. Now that it's happening, anxiety, I don't need you anymore. I need the ones who gave you to me. Hear me, ancestors who lived through danger times. I'm ready for you now. All these years I've carried your worries in my bones. Now I need your love, your 1,000-year view. Tell me it's going to be okay. Remind me you made it through, and we will too. Teach me to breathe.
Friends, good evening and welcome to a time of worship and reflection together this evening. There's a tradition in a lot of churches where they hold what's oftentimes called either a Blue Christmas or a longest night worship service. It's a time to recognize that for some, Christmas brings up a certain weightiness on us. It brings up certain pains and difficulties, and it's important to create space for us to lament, to grieve, and to honor those feelings and those things that come up for many of us. This has been a strange and difficult year for all of us, and as we reflected as a group in preparations for this service, we kept returning to a theme of thinking about how this year has been a year that has threatened breath in so many ways. So this service is a time for us to reflect on this breath that we all breathe, the ways that our breath has been taken away, and the ways that we cherish the breath we still have. So as a part of this service, you are invited to sing along when that's appropriate. You're invited to sit and listen, to reflect, to do whatever feels right for you in this moment and in the space that you're in tonight. There will be a time later in the service when there's a litany, which is a sort of call and response, and Rachel will read the words in yellow that will show up on the screen, and you're invited to respond as you're comfortable to the white words. Allow me to begin with a brief meditation on breath as we begin this service. Breath is sacred. 20,000 times a day, 830 times an hour, 16 times per minute. We each breathe in and breathe out. Quietly, unassumingly, our bodies connect us to the sacred, life-sustaining rhythms of breath. When we breathe in, we take in what is good. Our bodies pump with oxygen. We're sustained for another set of moments. When we exhale, we release the waste our bodies don't need. Breath connects us to the rhythms of receiving and releasing. It's no accident that in our scriptures, the same word used for breath is also the word for spirit. The Spirit is as close to us as the breath we each breathe. Each inhale, we're filled with the loving creativity of an everlasting Spirit. Each exhale, we release that which oppresses us and holds us back from living most fully. Even when physical breath is affected, claimed, or taken away, Spirit remains. Spirit breathes forth. As a part of our service tonight, we'll be singing different verses of the hymn, Breathe on Me, Breath of God. And we'll sing 3 different verses, but each time we'll repeat that verse 3 times as an opportunity to really create space for us to reflect on these words, reflect on the theme of God's breath in each of us. And after this first verse of Breathe on Me, Breath of God, we'll have Anne-Marie lead us in a mindfulness meditation to help ground us in each of our breath this evening.
Inspire my life anew, that I may
inspire my life anew, that I may love the way you love and act as you would do.
Become comfortable on your chair or cushion, settling in with a relaxed but upright posture. Shoulders relaxed, finding a balance between your sit bones, equal pressure. Centered and balanced, allowing your arms and hands to rest comfortably in your lap. Gently close your eyes now, or if you prefer, cast your gaze downward to the floor a bit ahead of you, not really looking at anything, with a soft, gentle gaze. Allow your body to become still now as you focus your attention inward. Bringing your awareness now to the breath, not controlling or manipulating the breath in any way, but noticing your breath as it enters through your nose and moves all the way down to your belly and back out again. One breath following the other, the in-breath and the out-breath, in a never-ending cycle and flow. Letting everything else move into the background, allowing the breath to be the focus of your awareness. No need to think about how the air moves in and out, just being with the breath, allowing the breath to breathe itself. Now, allow your awareness to rest on the path of the breath that is most natural and comfortable for you. It might be at the tip of the nose, noticing that the air is cooler on the in-breath and warmer on the out-breath. It might be in the throat area as you feel the breath move through the channel to support your entire body. Or it might be at the belly, where you notice the wave-like movements as it rises on the in-breath and relaxes on the out-breath. Allow your attention to rest on the path of the breath that is most comfortable for you now. And rest here in this moment of silence. You may notice that the mind wanders away from the breath, perhaps to thoughts, emotions, sounds, sensations. This is to be expected. This is what minds do. Whenever you notice that your mind has wandered off, gently but intentionally bring your attention back to the breath. Moving up close to your breathing and keeping your attention here. In this practice, you're using the breath as an anchor, a way of refocusing your attention to bring you back to the present from wherever your mind has drifted. Anytime you notice you've become distracted, see how the breath can function as an anchor to keep you in the present. You may find yourself experiencing an emotion sense of anxiety, sadness, impatience, peace. Just allow your emotional experience to be what it is, simply observing with curiosity. Notice how the feeling may shift and change. And when you're ready, return your awareness to the breath and this present moment. Simply be patient with yourself and with your body, noticing the experience of the busy mind, of emotional ups and downs, of boredom, of sounds or physical sensations. Then let go of whatever tries to capture your attention again and again. And just bring your attention back to the breath. And rest here, in this moment, fully awake and alive. And when you are ready, open your eyes.
Dive a little bit too deep. Hold your breath a beat too long. And you suddenly remember how precious every single breath is. This year we dove deeper. We have had to hold our breath longer. And in some cases, breath has been taken away. A virus invisible to the eye has spread to every corner of our world, affecting, claiming, moving silently through our breath. Fires have ravaged our western states, threatening lives and homes and clouding the air for thousands of miles with smoke and ash. It's threatened air and it's threatened breath. George Floyd's belabored last words cried for another gasp of air to breathe. And those words have echoed through the streets by those who have felt the same knees on their necks. We've all felt our breath taken from us, too, even for a moment, as people of our community have received suffocating news of unexpected diagnoses, deaths of loved ones, and the ongoing need to remain physically apart. This year has claimed our breath. It's compromised the sacred air we breathe and put it under attack. Our assurance is that still Spirit remains. God's sacred breath can never be claimed or taken from us. But tonight we pause to lament our grief and simply to breathe, to cherish together the sacred breath we each have.
Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure. Till then with you I will, one will, to do and to endure. Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure. Till then with you I will, one will, to do and to endure. Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure. Till then with you
Sometimes we hold our grief in our head. It may feel like a full balloon to burst any moment. May sound like a mallet pounding. May look like a heavy fog, a confusing, dreary day. Sometimes we hold our suffering behind, within our eyes. It burns, it pierces, it fills the ducts, maybe comes pouring out, sadness overflowing, or one tear falls at a time. Perhaps we hold it in, willing it back, hopefully invisible to another's eyes that might be looking on. Sometimes we hold our sorrow on our shoulders. It wraps around our backs. Tension pangs our muscles, droops our standing, sinks our spine. The weight pushes down, knots twisting around. Sometimes we hold our anguish in our hearts. Can it break? We feel it racing, thumping loud, rushes with our pulse, our exasperated breath, our melancholy chests out and in. Oh, the pain. Our worried, aching, fear-filled hearts. Sometimes we hold our anger in our bellies. Our rage fills our core, fuels our fire, upsets our rhythm, shakes our calm, our center. The agitating waves roll and roll again and again. We are disoriented. Sometimes we hold our hurt in our palms, carried masses in our hands, on the soles of our feet. Feel the slope, drowning low. Sink our pace, slows our growth, trips our steps, plodding, labored halt. Where to go? How to go? When to free, looming liberator? As I wrote, an illustration of grief that I have saved was present in my mind. Grief is pictured as an opaque, messy, scribbly cloud that accompanies the person we see as they move through their day. Grief above, grief behind, grief upon, grief within. We carry it. Our bodies feel its ache. Ugh. Pain is present with us, whether named aloud or not, often quieting our voice, stilling or speeding our breath. Grief, suffering, sorrow, sadness, melancholy, worry, anguish, pain, anger, rage, hurt is here, present now, embodied. We name it as best we can. We name it to give it some sound, some breath, some fresh air. We cry it aloud to know it better, to share its weight with a neighbor, with God, maybe to release a piece of our hurt, to make some more space within. We listen to it and join each other's cries, recognizing that we move with grief together. Speak it loud, hear its sounds. Our Hebrew ancestors in faith teach us how to lament. Pain was big then, too. They wailed out loud to God. One of the places that we see this is in the Psalms of Lament. Thousands and thousands of years have passed since these words were written, and perhaps when we vocalize them ourselves today, this year, this season, we may feel something like, yes, that's my pain too. Psalm 13, how long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I bear pain in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all day long? Psalm 25, turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. Relieve the troubles of my heart and bring me out of my distress. Psalm 55, my heart is in anguish within me. The terrors of death have fallen upon me, upon us. Fear and trembling come upon me, and horror overwhelms me. The following litany of lament is full of the pain of this moment that many of you shared with me in writing. You're invited as we read to put your hand on your chest or on your belly, to feel, to honor, to release a piece of the pain that connects us all to each other as we breathe. In the community response, adapted from Psalm 39, together we ask God, sacred breath, to hear our prayer, to move with us, to feel present now. In this moment, we hold space together for those experiencing this Christmas season for the first time without precious loved ones physically present, and for lives lost due to complications from Alzheimer's. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For those who are living alone and not able to travel to see family for Christmas. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For family and friends asking questions that circle, who could have expected this to happen? What is possible to now expect? What tests, procedures, judgment calls, and unforeseen complications will take place in the months and years of recovery yet to come? After a fall down the stairs that has changed life forever in one moment. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For those whose loving minds are held gingerly in limbo. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For children who have experienced deep trauma in tender years, for families separated at the border. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For the pain of physical distance between family members and friends, and the distance of our church community. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For a gentle feeling of melancholy pervading through this season. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For anger that pops up because I feel the leaders of this nation could have done more sooner to prevent this uprising of COVID becoming more intense. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For reflections that affirm the birth of the Christ child as the center of the Christmas celebration, for a faith perspective that I have talked about but now need to practice more. Hear my breath, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For our lament, for all those who bear heavy burdens not associated with COVID. Hurts are deep and long, and this year has pushed them even further into an ignored and invisible background. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For worries for friends who are ill. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For fears for those in our country who are disenfranchised, overlooked, and scorned. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For feelings of unease about the current political upheaval and discourse in our country and what this means for our future as a nation. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For the pain caused by the inability of people to be physically present to others, especially those who are going through difficult times. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears, for sadness of a family not able to actually be there, physically, for an elderly mother across the country, if even for a short visit. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears, for frontline workers who care physically and psychologically for all those who are aging and hurting, for those who continue to serve and risk a great deal to care for all of us, for those who help us stay connected, for those who are my heroes. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For the pain over physical distance from an older brother who is having colon cancer surgery on Wednesday of next week. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. For individuals in our community experiencing significant progressive health issues affecting both minds and bodies. For the pain of those loved ones who care for them. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. Hear my prayer, sacred breath, and give ear to my cry. Do not hold your peace at my tears. Hear our prayers, sacred breath, and give ear to our cries. Do not hold your peace at our tears.
Breathe, breathe on us now. Open your mouth and speak the word that heals this broken ground. Say what you will as we are still, and we breathe in the very breath of God. Oh, Spirit of God, here with us now, giving us life again. Breathe on us now, fill us with your love, send us with your power, Spirit of God. Breathe on us now, open your mouth and speak the word that heals this broken ground. Say what you will as we are still, and we breathe in the very breath of God. Oh, Spirit of God, here with us now, giving us life again. Breathe on us now, fill us with your love, send us with your power, Spirit of God. Oh, Spirit of God, here with us now, giving us life again. Breathe on us now, fill us with your love, send us with your power, Spirit of God.
In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep. A wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Friends of God, this wind, this breath, this Spirit blows in you today. When physical breath is affected, claimed, or taken away, know that Spirit remains. The Spirit that has blown since before the cosmos came into being. That Spirit breathes in you. We'll close tonight's service with the third verse of Breathe on Me, Breath of God, and then really conclude it with a poem from Jan Richardson. After the postlude or the final musical reflection, we'll have the camera just show candles burning here on the altar, and we understand that sometimes these virtual worship services can feel a little abrupt. We've all experienced what it's like to be consumed in a part of something and then all of a sudden remember that we're sitting in our apartments or whatever. So we'll allow the candles burning on the altar to show for maybe 10 minutes afterwards. If you'd like to stick around to continue to reflect, to pray, to meditate, to be quiet, this is a time for you to continue in this spirit that we hopefully have set for us tonight. So let's begin to conclude the time in worship and reflection together by singing this third verse, Breathe on Me, Breath of God.
Blessing of Breathing by Jan Richardson. That the first breath will come without fear. That the second breath will come without pain. The third breath, that it will come without despair. And the fourth, without anxiety. That the fifth breath will come with no bitterness. That the sixth breath will come for joy. Breath 7, that it will come for love. May the 8th breath come for freedom, and the 9th for delight. When the 10th breath comes, may it be for us to breathe together. And the next, and the next, until our breathing is as one. Until our breathing is no more.